I have been bullet journaling for years. I have done elaborately decorated spreads. I've kept records on everything from video ideas to books I want to read, foods I want to eat, countries I want to go to, all the places around the world that my work has been shipped to. And it's been a great system for planning and recording things, the best system for flexibility and what you can choose to include or leave out for however it'll best fit around your life. But sometimes all of the options can be a bit overwhelming and you end up just not using your journal to its potential because there's just so much to keep track of. So over the years, I have pared down my bullet journaling system to the very basics, I'm still a lover of lists, but stuff like that I keep in digital notes on my Google Keep. My day-to-day planning, my just staying on track with the essentials, knowing what needs to be done by when, it comes down to one simple page that I repeat every week in my planner. So this is a Nuna.grid journal. I'll have a similar link below if you want one for yourself, but really any dot grid or lined or graph paper notebook is fine. And essentially all I do to set it up each week is write in all of my to-dos for the week on this page with events marked out with a bullet point and tasks marked with task boxes. And I leave the leftmost square blank so that I can write in if something is happening on a specific day. And then the other page is where I will do my day-to-day planning one day at a time. So on Monday, I will write Monday and underneath just add a couple of tasks from that weekly list that I'll focus on that day. And then I just do those tasks. And maybe when I'm done for the day, I'll write my plans for Tuesday, but I don't plan any further ahead than that. I know what else is coming up that week because it's all right there. But doing it this way gives me more flexibility if a task runs over or takes longer than I expected. And you can see that in action in some of my Week in My Planner videos on Patreon. I also, and this might just be me, even though I have checkboxes next to everything, I love crossing things out with a line once I've completed them. It just adds to that sense of finality and achievement for me, like done. And if I'm moving a task to the next week or even the next day, I'll put an arrow through it. But that's the basics of it, and you can really leave it at that. But I also like to add a section on the weekly page where I track my daily habits and little areas where I can write the key things that are coming up next week so I have an idea of what to expect or prepare for as I go through the current week. And this is where I can migrate any unfinished tasks so that they don't fall through the cracks. This area is also especially useful for bigger projects or even things like birthdays that are coming up. The reason this works, being able to keep this notebook so simple, is that I still do my bigger picture planning. I'm not just winging it week by week with no direction. I still have yearly plans and goals that I break down into quarterly or monthly plans and goals, but none of that happens in here. I prefer to do that digitally just because I find that those plans change so much as the months pass. It's easier to be able to adjust things as I go without having to completely scrap a whole spread that's written out in my journal because it's no longer relevant, or rejig the timings of things on paper because I've underestimated how long something will take or something unexpected has come up. So I use Google Calendar for things like birthdays, any events that are happening in the future, bigger plans that are coming up, even my video schedule for YouTube and Patreon, and I can refer to that every week as I populate the weekly spread in here. And I use Notion for quarterly and monthly goals, which again I can look at whenever I'm seeking direction in what I need to be doing that specific week to work towards the bigger picture. And you can see my Notion, Google Calendar and Google Keep notes in a video that I'll have linked in the description as well if you want a bigger picture view of how that all comes together. But I really just wanted to stress how simple you can keep your bullet journal to make it work for you. Keep it flexible and make it something that you use every day, but only briefly every day. The only other spread that I have in here is one where I keep track of how many sketchbook pages I've completed this year, and I track how many of the daily habits that I've managed to cross off each week. But again, totally optional. If you're someone that likes having all of those extra lists and stats and records written in here, you are free to add those as well. This is just the foundation for a simple, actionable planner system, one that you never end up being overwhelmed in or bogged down in. So I hope that you have found this video interesting or helpful. I would love to know if you have any other ways that you manage to corral all of the to-dos and routines and memories. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.